10 kilometers off the main road between Kusadasi and Turkey, there is a turning towards the Aegean coast which takes you to a beautiful area of the Aegean, Davutlar. About 8 kilometers journey through countryside, passing well-kept holiday villas and alongside orchards. Davutlar has a summer population of 100,000 people. The place under the most beautiful sky that we ever knew on earth, and the place where the finest climate is enjoyed. This description given of the Aegean coast by the famous historian Herodotus accurately describes Davutlar, which is a corner of paradise, offering natural beauty, sun, crystal clear water and pure air. Also, it's really worth seeing the wealth of history which is hidden away among the hills and surrounding countryside. The centre of the town is 2 or 3 kilometres from the coast and the holiday villages, and is typical of an Aegean town. At first sight you'll notice large clean streets and well-kept houses with gardens that attract the eye. Davutlar has a large agricultural economy. There is no other town in the Aegean like Davutlar, where the area is tourism and intensive agricultural production side by side, living in harmony. Davutlar's tangerines, peaches and tomatoes are highly sought after among world markets due to their aroma, taste and quality. Davutlar has more than 170 holiday villages and ranks among the world's favourite holiday destinations, with its 6 kilometres of shore, well-kept beaches, social institutions, trekking paths and bike roads that have been custom built along the coast. You can swim in the crystal clear seas whenever you want. Sevgi or Love Beach is a large green area where you can make a picnic and also enjoy the beach at your leisure. It's a popular place for picnic makers and those who enjoy barbecues at the seaside. Davutlar has thermal springs and is a candidate for becoming a favourite tourism centre. Radon and Naturmed, 2 working thermal springs with spa facilities, lead the way in luxury leisure. The region is marvellous for nature lovers. You can see all kinds of green vistas and stroll for miles every day, seeing new views. You can also see the natural beauties in the depths of the forest. You may find yourself in a rocky valley or in a perfect forest cover after a journey by vehicle of just 5 minutes along unspoilt roads. When you look up, you will see magnificent rocky land and Cali Castle, which will charm you very much. Climbing on up the valley, sometimes you'll hear the scream of a falcon or see a meandering tortoise. Thanks to plenty of water and the rest places provided, forest visitors enjoy walking among the countryside. You arrive at Kuşadası Monastery after a journey of half an hour by vehicle or an hour and a half on foot. The Christian ruins at Kusadasi Monastery are the most important religious and historical artifacts belonging to Christianity in the vicinity of Davutlar. At 650 metres height you can view the Davutlar plain and the Kusadasi Bay perfectly. From here you can view with your naked eyes the Bulbul Mountain, where people, it's said, have seen visions of the Virgin Mary, and the monastery of Sesame Island in the east. The monastery, which gained importance between the 11th and 12th century and was used at the beginning of the 20th century, was built on approximately 5,000 square metres of land. It was a typical basilica that had a courtyard surrounded with walls, and an administrative centre that was placed around this basilica has partly remained. It is possible to see some other places like the mess hall and dormitory as well. Upward, the buttress walls and the rich flora of the environment look as if they are hiding this mysterious medieval monastery. Because of the natural decay, mosaic handiwork fragments in the basic building of the church have been badly preserved, but they are still visible. 150 metres on the east of the monastery courtyard, the graveyard and the view of the chapel stands. This mysterious and medieval ruin is there waiting for precious visitors. After a journey from the monastery to the east side by vehicle for half an hour, you arrive at the feet of the Findikli medieval Byzantine castle. The castle was organised as a typical medieval defence. It was the centre of defence for the public against the attacks of 7th century Emevi, 10th and 11th century pirates and other invaders in the Byzantine times. "800 metres in height, the castle was built on the brink and the edge of rock and has a panoramic view of the Davutlar plain. Kusadasi Bay and the road to the ancient city of Mela in the east are also clearly visible. Some parts of the castle's walls still stand. It is possible to see the foundations of the cisterns and the structure of the castle. After a journey from the Cali Castle to the east, by vehicle for half an hour, you arrive at Mela, ancient city, at the district of Belin village. This was the home of the Carians, amongst the first Anatolian people. The city, which is built 800 metres in height, resisted the attacks of many invaders for a long time. But after the Ionians got stronger, it submitted in the 12th century BC. The Ionians destroyed and fired all the city, excluding the temples. Before the feast that the inhabitants performed every year, they first arranged religious ceremonies and rituals in the large temple of Panionion. This place became the religious centre for them. In the summer of 2005, 2 temple ruins and other ruins were uncovered at the excavations, which were made by Professor Dr. Hans Lohmann, thanks to financial help from Goethe University. The location of this site is conspicuous due to its view of the Soke Plain in Kusadasi Bay. After a marvellous journey, we offer you a spectacular view of the Aegean Sea from the Belin village ridges and islands, finishing with the glow of the sun setting across Davutlar Plain.